Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So here's another episode of answering comments on our YouTube page. I'd like to do more of such videos so that I can interact with all of you better. Also, I would like to sometimes maybe browse Facebook or other websites that are related to Krishna consciousness. Of course, Facebook is not directly, but we have many posts from devotees, and I'd like to comment on these things from Srila Prabhupada's perspective. So here, let us jump right in the comments. So here we have Akanksha Patel. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have watched your video that how you came back to Krishna consciousness. It was really inspiring, although I have just started my devotional service. Please bless me so that I can move forward in this auspicious and fruitful Bhakti Marga. Hare Krishna, lots of love. Akanksha, your new subscriber. If it is possible for you, please come to India too. Hare Krishna once again. So, yes, going to India is definitely one of my desires. I've never been to India still, Of course, this is a long cherished desire. So I pray for your spiritual advancement, and I sincerely pray that Krishna blesses you and gives you the intelligence to advance spiritually. And the very secret of spiritual advancement is to associate with devotees. You must seek the association of bona fide devotees that are surrendered to Srila Prabhupada. Their life are an example of Srila Prabhupada's instructions. Their desire are aligned with Srila Prabhupada's preaching zeal. And they quote from Srila Prabhupada to support their statements. So you have to seek the association of such devotees so that you are sure that you're not being cheated, that you are under a proper care and guidance to make sure that you do not do any wrong steps in spiritual life. A very important aspect is to reveal your mind to such devotees so that they can help you and guide you in accordance with Srila Prabhupada's teachings. Srila Prabhupada is behind us now. So that you can understand what this Bhakti Yoga is all about and how to progress. So please continue watching our videos. Also, please type on YouTube ISKM TV. Okay, ISKM TV. Subscribe to that channel and please listen to the lectures of His Grace Srila Gopal Prabhu, as well as His Grace Sriman Tadvavid Das Brahmachari. These two preachers are very, very powerful. And listening to their classes will cut through the material attachment that we have. This is called the bitter medicine. We need to hear these words, Srila Prabhupada's books are also actually are the basis, these are the basis of our movement. If you want to understand the philosophy, you must read Srila Prabhupada's books and you must chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. By doing these two things regularly and listening to online classes and contacting devotees and asking questions, this way you will make steady progress. So you must keep association with devotees. Now that this virus is there, it's not always easy. And plus, to find sincere devotees is also not always as easy as we might think. But now with this technology, you have access. So please keep in touch with the ISKM preachers and reveal your mind to them and continue to listen to classes and read Prabhupada books. That will assure your spiritual advancement. Because blessings is this. The blessings means the instructions of Krishna and His pure devotees. So blessings is available for everybody. But who is the best harvester? That is to be seen. Okay, next. Vaibhav Ghosh. Okay, this seems like a challenging comment. RITVIK initiation has never existed in any Hindu sampradaya, Vedic, Tantric, Vaishnav, Shakta, Shaiva, Buddha, Pashupata, Yoga, etc. It is not a proper form of initiation. Whether it is capable of liberating anyone is not debatable, as that depends completely on the devotion of the individual. Bhakti to the Ishta Devata is the only thing important in spiritual life. But as Diksha, the RITVIK system cannot be called a bona fide system of initiation. A living guru is required for any initiation. It is the guru who breathes life into the mantra. The role of the guru is especially important in the Tantric and Vaishnava traditions. Okay, so Vaibhav Ghosh, you have no idea what you're talking about. First of all, you're not quoting from Shastra, So why should I take your words as authoritative? I have got my spiritual master, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who has proved by practical example and by achievements that he's a pure devotee sent by Krishna directly. So if he authorizes a Ritvik system of initiation, why should I listen to you? How many temples have you opened? Are you even chanting 16 rounds and following 4 regulative principles? How many devotees have you made? So the fact to judge this issue, we should not come like this and say it's bogus, is this and that. You should approach with a cool brain, with a smooth attitude that, Prabhu, why are you saying that the Ritvik system of initiation is bona fide? Could you show me why are you accepting this system? Not that saying Ritvik initiation has never existed. And first of all, you say Hindu sampradaya. What is this Hindu? You know where the word Hindu come from? There is a river in southeastern Pakistan, which is called the Sindhu River. And the Muslims, they cannot pronounce the S properly, so they say Hindu. Hindu is a word given to you by Muslims, and you are using this word. It refers to a geographical location. Everybody that lives down south of the Sindhu River is a Hindu. It doesn't matter if he's a Muslim or a Jewish or a Christian, it doesn't matter. Hindu, this word doesn't even exist in any of the Vedic literature. So you're sending Hindu sampradaya. That is a complete concoction. Immediately you're trying to speak authoritatively by quoting Vedic, Tantric, Vaishnav, Shakta, Shaiva, all of this, which are different sect, if you can say, found in the Vedic literature, but you start by saying Hindu. Sampradaya vihina me mantrastu nishpalamataha. Okay, there are 4 sampradayas. One comes from Lord Shiva, one from Lord Brahma, one from Lakshmi, and one from the 4 Kumaras. Okay, we can see a verse on this. So first of all, from the Mundaka Upanishad 1-12, this is how we should speak, quoting from Shastra. Tadvigyanartam sagurum ivabhigachat samitpani hi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. In order to learn the transcendental science, one must approach the bona fide spiritual master in disciplic succession, who is fixed in the absolute truth. So to know the truth, one must surrender unto the bona fide spiritual master. So to know whether the Ritvik system is bona fide or not, one must accept the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. Now there's some controversy, but all this can be cleared up. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.18.5. A foolish person who manufactures his own ways and means through mental speculation and does not recognize the authority of the sages who lay down unimpeachable directions is simply unsuccessful again and again in his attempts. So why I'm quoting this? You are saying, oh, there has never been a Ritvik system in the sampradayas or this or that. That is not how we judge whether or not the Ritvik system is bona fide. The only way to judge whether it's bona fide or not is if the pure devotee has authorized it. That's all. And to throw back the ball at you, do you think that the voting system has ever existed? Do you think that Narada Muni won a 2/3 vote to become a guru? Do you think that Madhavacharya has won a 2/3 vote? Everybody was voting, and then, can you be guru? He's guru. Oh, he's got 70%. Okay, you're guru now. And then I give you a badge, stamp, and then you can initiate. You think Brahma went through this? Do you think that the 6 Goswamis went through this? Where has this 2/3 voting system at any point of the time been in our sampradaya? Do you think that an acharya is something so cheap that a pure devotee is made by voting? Now this system is being followed in ISKCON. Conditioned souls, who are the GBC members, they gather and they pass vote whether or not that person can become a guru. The post of guru can only be occupied by an Uttamadhikari, a Mahabhagavata. This is Prabhupada who says, not me. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is a letter to Tushta Krishna, Ahmedabad, 14th of December 1972. Prabhupada writes, as for your next question, can only a few pure devotees deliver others? Anyone, if he's a pure devotee, he can deliver others. He can become spiritual master. But unless he's on that platform, he should not attempt it. Then both of them will go to hell like blind men leading the blind. Prabhupada here clearly says only a pure devotees can be spiritual master, and if you attempt that without being on the platform, then you go to hell. We're not saying that Prabhupada did not want his disciples to become guru. He wanted everybody to become Diksha Guru. What is that verse? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Madhya Lila, chapter 7, 128. Yare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesha, amara jnana guru hanya tarahe desha. Instruct everyone to follow the orders of Lord Shri Krishna as they are given in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, become a spiritual master and try to liberate everyone in this land. Sometimes in ISKCON they quote this verse and saying, you see, the order is given. Yes, become a spiritual master. Become. First of all, you become on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order. So yes, Prabhupada wants us to become Diksha Guru. He wanted us, that's a fact. Why not? Diksha Guru means you become Mahabhagavata and you try to make others into Mahabhagavata. Why not? This is the whole point, that we become pure devotees. We get reconnected with Krishna and we align ourselves with the divine desire of Lord Shri Krishna, which is to capture all the fallen souls in this material world and bring them back to Godhead. Why would Prabhupada want this? Of course he wants. But be qualified. If you're not qualified, you will simply create disturbance. And we have seen, do you know what is the list of visibly fallen gurus in ISKCON? 50 names. And it's just adding more and more. Who is the one now? Who has molested this young girl? Guru? Pure devotee molests young girl? No. Therefore, the warning is there. If you're not on that platform, don't try. Because you'll go to hell and you'll bring your followers with you. Why? Because you're not capable of absorbing sins. You're not capable of bringing that fallen soul back to Krishna. You're not a pure devotee. You're not in contact with Krishna. Therefore, you cannot save him. Do you think it's a very easy thing to save a conditioned soul from the material world? That anybody with a saffron robe can just come and speak some words, you chant Hare Krishna and let's have fun together? No. It is the most serious business. The more you take a position that requires high spiritual advancement, it requires a very, very big responsibility. There's no biggest responsibility than being a guru and bringing back someone to Krishna. No biggest. Therefore, it is the most punishable position in the material world. If you cheat on that position, very, very dangerous for you. What happens? First of all, let us go back here. Okay, letter to Janardana, New York, 26th of April, 1968. On the whole, you may know that he is not a liberated person and therefore he cannot initiate any person to Krishna consciousness. It requires special spiritual benediction from higher authorities. So, unless one is liberated beyond the three modes of material nature, unless he's that Brahma Bhuta personality, he cannot liberate anybody else. That is nonsense. And you know what they wrote? Because now there's female gurus in ISKCON also. So the GBC has got this committee. What is this? Sastric Advisory Committee. SAC. Okay. So it's a committee that is supposed to give advices according to Shastra. Yes? Okay, let us see what is their statement. Okay, here. This is from the Sastric Advisory Council, not committee, council. Here is a suggestion in relation to the above point. The bodily concept of life is transcended along with the modes of nature at the stage of Bhava Bhakti. But at the level of Nishta, the residual anarthas are only remnants that not longer obstruct one's progress. See Madhurya Kadambini chapter 4. Therefore, we recommend that at least the symptoms of Nishta should be seen in Diksha Guru candidates, whether male or female. Here they're telling you that Nishta platform is enough. Nishta platform means Anartha Nivritti Syat. 75% at least of the anarthas have been gone. Then you can attain the Nishta platform. But that does not mean that you are Nuttamadhikari yet. No. And here they are saying that at least Nishta platform. Sastric Advisory Council. And where is the Sastra quotation that a Nishta platform devotee can become Diksha Guru? Show me. Where? We will show you. We will be the real Sastric Advisory Council of ISKCON. Here it is. Madalila, chapter 24, text 330. The Guru must be situated on the topmost platform of devotional service. Nishta is somewhere in the middle. Topmost platform. What is that platform? Prema. The topmost platform is prema, not even bhava, prema. There are 3 classes of devotees, and the Guru must be accepted from the topmost class. The whole thing is the qualification. And why Srila Prabhupada did not authorize any Diksha Guru? Because he saw that the qualification was not yet meant. They did not manage to reach that point of Uttamadhikari, and that first verse of the Nectar of Instructions. Can you control the urge of speaking, the urge of the mind, the sexual urge, the urge of the tongue, of eating? All these things. Are you a Goswami? Are you in full control of your senses? That is to be seen. Someone who is in full control of his senses will not fall down. Otherwise, what is the meaning to be, I'm in full control of my senses for 3, 4, 5 seconds. Okay, I'm falling now. Not like this. In ISKCON they say, no. They wear pure devotee, but even pure devotee can fall down. Even pure devotee can fall down. Is this another Sastric Advisory Council very important comment? Let us see. Can pure devotee fall down? Letter from Los Angeles, June 21st, 1970, to Tamal Krishna. A spiritual master is always liberated in any condition of his life. He should not be mistaken as an ordinary human being. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.9.29, purport. The Vasudeva platform refers to the stage at which material contamination is conspicuous by absence only. Or in other words, where there's no question of the material modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, and one can therefore see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because on the Vasudeva platform one can see God face to face. The Lord is also called Vasudeva. Therefore, the pure devotee, the Mahabhagavata, sees Krishna. Do you think that all these people in ISKCON have seen Krishna? All the saffron robes in ISKCON have seen Krishna? Look what Srila Prabhupada did. In 11 years, one pure devotee, how he has boosted the Krishna consciousness on the planet. Now, how many are they there? And what are they doing? ISKCON is simply going down and down and down. More controversy arising every day. That guru did this guru did that. I heard recently one guru goes into some Eastern European country and he leaves with a woman. He drives his car for like 1 or 2 months. He goes in the hill. Nobody knows. He has no disciples with him, and then he comes back down. You think he's not having sex with that woman 1 or 2 months alone? These things are going on. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 22. By the mercy of the Lord, such a devotee never comes back to this material condition of life. Kshema refers to the merciful protection of the Lord. The Lord helps the devotee to achieve Krishna consciousness by yoga, and when he becomes fully Krishna conscious, the Lord protects him from falling down to a miserable conditioned life. This is important. If you say that a pure devotee can fall down, that means you doubt Krishna's mercy. You doubt that Krishna is kind. Because what? Is there another God? Is there another controller but Krishna? Is Maya a God and Krishna a God and they're both fighting? No. Mama Maya Duratyaya. Mameva ye prapadante. If you surrender to Krishna, who is the controller of Maya, then Maya cannot touch you. It's not possible. So if a pure devotee, Krishna sends the pure devotee and does not protect him, that means you're doubting that Krishna's words, that he protects his pure devotee. If the pure devotee falls down, that means what? That means Krishna let him fall down. But here it is said, no, Krishna fully protects him from falling down to a miserable conditioned life. How did Prabhupada do that? Going to the country of the Mlechas and initiating so many drug-addicted hippies, taking all their karma and still being full-on Krishna conscious, 100%. Can anybody absorb that much karma? No. We see, there's one ISKCON guru at the moment. He's initiated so many people. We can see how he's suffering from the karma. He cannot even chant his rounds. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 29, Text 14. By attaining the highest platform of devotional service, as I have explained. Again, highest platform. It's not says by attaining the Nishta platform, just like the Sastric Advisory Council says. No. By attaining the highest platform of devotional service, as I have explained, one can overcome the influence of the three modes of material nature and be situated in the transcendental stage, as is the Lord. If you attain the prema bhakti, you situated in pure love of God, that's it. There's no possibility at all for you to be touched by the three modes, as is the Lord. If you say pure devotee can fall down, then you must say Krishna also can fall down. Because there are so many verses that says, as is the Lord, transcendental, like the Lord, above the three modes, like the Lord. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, yes, Adi 86. Mistakes, illusions, cheating, and defective perception do not occur in the sayings of the authoritative sages. That will lead us to something else. Srila Prabhupada, in his will, he wrote that the properties in India had to be managed by some committee members. And he wrote specifically that unless one is my initiated disciples, not an initiated disciples, that could have been later on a disciple of any ISKCON guru, not only my disciple, that could have been a Shiksha disciple of Prabhupada, which are all ISKCON devotees. He specifically changed, because when we hear a few days prior, when Giriraj Swami read the will to Prabhupada to have him approved, it was read an initiated disciple, and Prabhupada purposely changed it to my initiated disciple, which means very clearly that it has to continue. Otherwise, let's say in 30 years, 50 years, when all of Srila Prabhupada's initiated disciple during his physical presence have left their body, then who will carry on? Here it says, there's no defective perception, there's no cheating, illusion, or mistakes in the sayings of authoritative sages. Unless you doubt, you might doubt that Srila Prabhupada is an authoritative sage. When I showed that quote to Hanuman Das from, I think, Croatia, this Hanuman Das, I showed him, I said, Prabhupada here, he wrote, my initiated disciple. You know what he said? He said, Prabhupada made a mistake. He told me, Prabhupada made a mistake. He should have written an initiated disciple. Wow. So this is the standard to which they're trying to bring Prabhupada now in ISKCON. Is that Prabhupada, he was a nice man, but he did mistakes. That's it. Finished. Immediately finished. Why? Let's go see another verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, text, chapter 15, text 26. The spiritual master should be considered to be directly the Supreme Lord. Directly. Because he gives transcendental knowledge for enlightenment. Consequently, for one who maintains the material conception that the spiritual master is an ordinary human being, everything is frustrated. His enlightenment and his Vedic studies and knowledge are like the bathing of an elephant. You can say, look, the elephant is clean. Yeah, okay, wait a second. Let's see what the elephant does. He goes back onto the shore and throws back dust again on him. So they are doing all these devotional activities, distributing books, opulent deity worship. But then, the next moment, Prabhupada did a mistake. Whether it is you who's saying it, or whether you are into the association of those who are saying it, you are both contaminated. Because if someone in ISKCON speaks against Srila Prabhupada, which is the case, I will make a video very short soon about Devamrita Swami's so-called offering to Prabhupada, where he criticizes Prabhupada's books, saying that, are your words okay? Will people accept this and that? So that is openly criticizing Prabhupada, thinking him to be an ordinary human being, whom I have better understanding of how we should preach, which words we should use. Therefore, I believe Prabhupada to be within the grasp of my direction. No, Prabhupada, you should not speak like that. You should not do this. You should not write like this. That is utterly offensive, and one is a fallen personality as soon as he speaks of his spiritual master like this. Pure devotee of the Lord does not live on any planet of the material sky, nor does he feel any contact with material elements. His so-called material body does not exist, being surcharged with the spiritual current of the Lord's identical interests, and thus he is permanently freed from all contamination of the sum total of the Mahat-tattva. He is always in the spiritual sky, which he attains by being transcendental to the sevenfold material covering by the effect of his devotional service. The conditioned souls are within the coverings, whereas the liberated soul is far beyond the cover. So how can the puny little conditioned soul who's been billions of lifetimes here try, even dares to speak on the activities of the Vaikuntha man who comes and saves us? Srimad Bhagavatam 3:27-26. The influence of material nature cannot harm an enlightened soul, even though he engages in material activities, because he knows the truth of the Absolute and his mind is fixed on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One more. Madhya Lila 22:71. In the purport, Prabhupada writes, there is no possibility that a first-class devotee will fall down, even though he may mix with non-devotees to preach. There you have it. So, now you're saying, oh, the RITVIK system is not there, this, that. That is not for you to judge. First of all, do you know the history of the whole universe? You've been on every planet, in every second, right? Brahma is what? How old is Brahma now? And how many universes are there? You know everything that's going on? How do you know the RITVIK system has never been used? How can you make such a statement? How to judge whether or not the RITVIK system is proper? The pure devotee is so powerful that whatever he wishes, the Lord would accept. That's all. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:31. O Lord, who resemble the shining sun, you are always ready to fulfill the desire of your devotee, and therefore you are known as the desire tree, Vanchakalpataru. When acharyas completely take shelter under your lotus feet, when Srila Prabhupada, we're speaking here, in order to cross the fear ocean of science, they leave behind on earth the method by which they cross. And because you are very merciful to your other devotees, you accept this method to help them. So whatever method Prabhupada has chosen, that must be accepted. Madhya Lila, chapter 10, 136. As Hare, in the purport, as Hare is free to act as he likes, the empowered spiritual master is also free. As Hare is not subject to mundane rules and regulations, the spiritual master empowered by him is also not subject. Finish. Prabhupada wants the RITVIK system. That makes it bona fide. Bas. Adi Lila, chapter 7, text 37. Every acharya has a specific means of propagating his spiritual movement with the aim of bringing men to Krishna consciousness. Therefore, the method of one acharya may be different from that of another, but the ultimate goal is never neglected. Adi 7:31 and 32. Purport. This is the symptom of an acharya. An acharya who comes for the service of the Lord cannot be expected to conform to a stereotype, for he must find the ways and means by which Krishna consciousness may be spread. So there are many other verses like that also. So the whole point is that Srila Prabhupada never said that now you become the next spiritual master. He never said that. He never ever said like this. He expressed his desire. Yes, the desire is there. That we agree. He wanted us, all of his disciples, to become Diksha Guru and spread this movement. Why not? Becoming Diksha Guru means you have become the perfect disciple. Perfect disciple means he is the Goswami. And by being the Goswami, he will take, on the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wants me to become Guru. Let me become Guru and spread. Let me fully surrender. Then yes, Uttamadhikari. But he saw no spiritual master, no disciple had reached that platform. Therefore, he did not give the authorization. Why are they falling in ISKCON? Why? They're saying, oh, Maya is strong, they're trying. No. Here is why. Srimad Bhagavatam 5:12-14. If one always follows the orders of the spiritual master, there is no question of falling down. No question of falling down if you follow Srila Prabhupada's instruction. That means if you fall down, you have not followed Srila Prabhupada's instruction. How can someone who does not follow Srila Prabhupada's instruction can take the post of a Diksha Guru? We continue. As soon as a foolish disciple tries to overtake his spiritual master and becomes ambitious to occupy his post, he immediately falls down. That's it. That is the ambition that is there in ISKCON. I also want to be worshipped. I want all these things. Like Prabhupada, I want to be seen as an Uttama Adhikari, as an intimate servant of the Lord. That's why the fall downs are happening. Room conversation, August 16, 1976, Bombay. Prabhupada says, why this Gaudiya Math failed? Because they tried to become more than Guru, just like the verse we read. You try to become more than Guru, take his post, you fall down. Prabhupada is saying, they tried to become more than Guru. He, before passing away, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he gave all direction and never said that this man should be the next Acharya. Did Prabhupada say that? No, just like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. But these people, just after his passing away, they began to fight. Who shall be Acharya? That is the failure. They never taught why Guru Maharaj gave us instructions, so many things. Why he did not say that this man should be Acharya? They wanted to create artificially somebody Acharya and everything failed. Artificially? How? Voting system. 2/3. Hey, he's Acharya? Yeah. Do you think he can be Acharya? Yeah, he's Acharya. Alright. Acharya number 26. Alright. Artificial means of creating gurus. They did not consider, even with common sense, that if Guru Maharaj wanted to appoint somebody as Acharya, why did he not say? Why don't you see a document, a conversation, a letter, anything where Prabhupada says, here's the next Acharya, or you 10 men are the next Acharyas, you are empowered to initiate, go! Is it so hard for Prabhupada to do? Prabhupada, who's done everything so perfectly, everything so nicely written down to the letter, you cannot have any doubts. The most important thing at the end, who's going to carry on, who's going to be the next Diksha Guru, he leaves this very shady idea? No. So, why he did not say? He said so many things, and this point he missed, the real point, and they insist upon it. They declared some unfit person to become Acharya. Then another man came. Then another Acharya. So better remain a foolish person perpetually to be directed by Guru Maharaj. That is perfection. And as soon as he learns the Guru Maharaj is dead, now I'm so advanced that I can kill my Guru and become Guru. Then he's finished. Then you might say, well, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati did not say anything, but Prabhupada did take the mission. Yes, that's a fact. Prabhupada was qualified. You see. But think about this. Since Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur left the material world, or left the planet, and Prabhupada started to initiate, how many years? How many years? And you can say, hey, we need a guru. Hey, there's no guru. No Diksha going on. What to do? We must do something. Prabhupada said, no. You should have waited for the Acharya to self-manifest himself. You cannot create an artificial sun. The Acharya is like the sun. When he comes up, there's no need of torchlight to say, here's the sun. Prabhupada came. He did not need anybody else's help. Krishna was backing him. 100% Krishna was there. Krishna and Prabhupada. They came to the West together and they did their job. They did not need some conditioned soul, two-third voting system, bogus nonsense. He came as the sun and he spread his rays of mercy. That is Acharya. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati knew Srila Prabhupada is the next one, and he instructed, you go to the West. That is the instruction. That is actually the authorization. You go and do it. Now, can you do it? That is the different thing. Because these ISKCON gurus, they cannot do, therefore artificially they're trying. Artificial means. We are not scared of speaking out. If we don't speak out, who else will do? The July 9th letter is clear. On May 28th, okay, let's see a point. Okay, so we'll start with this May 28th conversation. This is more famous.
Then our next question concerns initiations in the future. Particularly at that time when you're no longer with us. You want to know how a first and second initiation would be conducted.
Very clear question. Now you can just hear. The question is there. When you no longer hear, how we continue the initiation? Just hear how Prabhupada will reply. You want to know, right? Do you really want to know? That is another thing. Do you really want to know? If you want to know, the question has been asked. So listen to the answer.
Yes, I can recommend some of you. After this is settled up, I shall recommend some of you to act as officiating acharya.
Is that called RITVIK?
RITVIK, yeah.
That's it. RITVIK. RITVIK means priest. Officiating. You are officiating the acharya. You are representing the acharya. You are not the acharya. You are not the guru. You are officiating the acharya. Then later on, in the May 28th, the same conversation, some confusion is there. I don't want to go into that confusion. Let's say that, okay, Prabhupada also says that you become guru. Okay, let's say he starts by saying RITVIK, and then he's also saying guru. I give that point to you. All right, he said both. Now, which one is he going to do? Because Prabhupada said, yes, after this is settled up, I will appoint some men to act as RITVIKS. Okay, so did he do that? Or, here, when I order you, this is how this conversation, this topic ended. When I order you, you become guru. He becomes regular guru, that's all. He becomes disciple of disciple, that's it.
When I order him become guru, he becomes regular guru. That's all. He becomes disciple of my disciple.
When I order you, that means that prior to May 28, 1977, the order has never been given. So whenever you hear Prabhupada, I want all that my disciples become guru, that is expressing his desire. We have discussed this already. But that is not an order. Very simple. All we need to do, did Prabhupada appoint some men to be RITVIKS? Or did Prabhupada said, you become guru? So from May 28th all the way to November 14th, Prabhupada's disappearance day, what did he do? All we find is the July 9th letter where he appoints 11 RITVIK representatives. That is the continuation of that question that what do we do when you're no longer here? Very simple. If you are sincere, it is simple. If you have anarthas in the heart, if you have material desire, then you will be covered. Okay, this is April 22nd, 1977. So it's the month before the May 28th conversation. And see here, Srila Prabhupada was already actually thinking about the RITVIK system. We can have a hint. Why?
You become guru, but you must be qualified first.
You see, Prabhupada wants us to become guru, but qualification comes first.
Oh, that kind of complaint was there.
Know that?
Yeah, I heard that.
You are producing some rascal guru.
Well, I've studied myself and all of your disciples, and it's clear fact that we're all conditioned souls, so we cannot be guru. Maybe one day it may be possible, but not now.
Yes.
Here, Tamal Krishna is accepting the fact. He's acknowledging that a conditioned soul cannot be guru. Now we have the Sastic Advisory Council who says that Nishta can be guru. And Prabhupada says, he confirms, yes, conditioned souls cannot, but not now.
Not now.
Yes. I can do it. Now you do it. I can say, now you become our time. You become our time. I am waiting for you. You become all our time. I retire completely. But the training must be complete.
The process of purification has to be there.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants that. Hamara Ajna Guru ho gaya. Become Guru. But be qualified. Little thing, strictly follow.
Not rubber stamp.
Can it not be effective? You can cheat, but it will not be effective.
The point is this, in that conversation later on,
Stick to our principle and see our GBC is very alert. Then everything is gone. Even I am not present.
just see. Prabhupada is saying, I will choose in the future, yes, you shall become guru, but here is saying, even I'm not present. You remove Prabhupada, there's only GBC. Even I'm not present.
Do that. That is my wish. Whatever little I have taught you, follow that. Nobody will be able to. No Maya will touch.
He's trying to save them from this ambition of becoming guru. Now
Krishna is giving us. And there is no scarcity of money to print both and sell. Everything is there. You have got good shelter all over the world. You have got income. Stick to our principle. Even if I die suddenly, you will be able to manage. That I want.
Just see. Even if I die suddenly, what does that mean? Prabhupada has still not said anything now about who will be guru. He's saying, even if I die suddenly, you'll be able to manage. And just prior to that, he said, yes, you're all conditioned soul, you cannot be guru. And he says, yeah, in the future I shall say you become guru, but now you're all conditioned soul, you cannot. And even if I die suddenly, now you'll be able to manage. That's all that I want. Just see. Isn't this clear? Even if Prabhupada left at that moment that he's talking to Tamal Krishna, after admitting that all his disciples are conditioned so they cannot be guru, still you can be able to manage.
Manage nicely, and let the movement go forward. Don't go backward. Be careful. Aponi achori Prabhu.
At that time, the RITVIK system was already in place in ISKCON. Temple president were sending the name of a prospect candidate to the GBC of the localized, the area there, and he was accepting them on behalf of Prabhupada. That system was there, and Prabhupada said, if I die now, you can carry on, you can go on. Isn't that a proof, again, that Prabhupada was even thinking of keeping that RITVIK system even in April 22nd, before the May 28th, before the July 9th letter. So we'll stop here. This topic we can go on and on. I thought I would be able to reply more questions, more comments. I'm sorry, I got stuck on this one because it's a very important one. So don't be cheated. If you come to Krishna consciousness with some material motive, Krishna will arrange for you to get a cheetah. This is how it works. This is how it works. It's all about our inner desire. Krishna is there in the heart. He sees. You want to be cheated? I'll bring you to a cheater guru. You want the real thing? Prabhupada. Prabhupada is here. Prabhupada is for those who don't want to be cheated. And the others, nonsense going on, very shameful thing they're doing to our movement, molesting, all these things, then you go ahead and, good luck. That's all I can say. Alright, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jaya Prabhupada.